Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Analia, and today I want to talk about biblical homemaking and what that actually means. So biblical homemaking, it's a calling, it extends far beyond keeping a clean house or having a perfect schedule. It's the heart. It's creating a home that reflects the heart of God, a place that's filled with peace, love, purpose, and the presence of Christ. This is what I believe that biblical homemaking truly involves. The first thing is God's presence. That when you're a Christian homemaker or wife, it's not about doing things, it's about being present and bringing God into your house. And whether that's through your character showing up emotionally, spiritually, physically for your family, or filling the atmosphere with God, it's really about the presence of God within that house. Titus 2 verses 4-5 calls women to be keepers at home, not as a burden but as a ministry, nurturing, discipling, building a Christ-centered environment. The second thing that I believe Christian homemakers should do is create a discipleship ground. This is our training ground for our children. It's our primary mission field. Every nappy that you change, bedtime story, meal that you prepare, it's an opportunity to sow seeds into your children. Homemaking includes teaching your children to know and love Jesus, and not just through Bible stories, but through your example and how you show up in all of those everyday things. The third thing is the spiritual atmosphere, and I know I sort of covered this in the first, but it's really nice to have a house that is Pinterest worthy or Instagram worthy and looks lovely, but the spiritual atmosphere is the most important thing. And that sometimes means leaving the dishes and spending an hour praying instead to bring God's presence into your house. It means playing worship music, praying over your children, even like in those little things you're doing, folding clothes. Sometimes I find myself folding pieces of clothes for a particular person, a child, or whether it's my husband, and praying over that person. Just inviting God into everything in the house. The fourth thing is a supportive partnership, a supportive marriage. As biblical homemakers, we should support our husbands, not as servants, but as strong and wise helpmates. This comes from a place of respect, a place of wanting to see your husband do better, because when he does better, we all do better. Proverbs 31 verses 11-12 says, "The heart of her husband safely trusts her. She does him good and no evil all the days of her life." That creating that safe place for your marriage, just cultivating an atmosphere of respect among you and your husband and your children and your husband, and demonstrating that. It's really easy to fall in the habit of being ticked off, if they're not doing something, they're not helping around the house, and your kids pick up on that, but just trying to make sure that you respect him always. The fifth thing is managing the home with wisdom. Practical tasks do matter: cooking, cleaning, budgeting, all those things. These can be done as acts of worship when you're doing it with the right heart. Biblical homemaking includes being wise with our time, with our resources, with our energy. The Proverbs 31 woman, she's getting up early, she's going and looking at land to buy, she's making things to sell at the market. It's not about being perfect, but it's about managing your home intentionally, that you continue to grow and move it forward, that your kids see that you're not idle. The sixth thing that I believe biblical housewives should do is have a lifestyle of worship. Homemaking becomes holy when it is offered to God. Folding laundry while praying. I've touched on that already. Preparing meals with joy. Tidying up while singing worship music. These simple acts become worship to God when we embrace what He created us to do as a helper to our husband. Now, this is not saying we can't do anything outside the house, that you can't have a job. Those of us that are lucky enough to stay home full time, the opportunity that we have to spend time with God, to bring Him into our house, to role model a Christian walk with our kids, this is invaluable. The time that we have at home is so precious, and we can use it wisely, or we can just get through the day, but that's not what God made us for. In Colossians chapter 3 verse 23, it says, "Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men." This is something my dad said to me the day he dropped me off for my first shift at my first job. He said, "Do it with the spirit of excellence." It's not about your bosses, it's about God seeing everything you do with your whole heart. And I've carried that on through my whole life, just the spirit of excellence and going the extra mile. So biblical homemaking, it's not just about laundry and dishes and what's happening in the house. It's shaping souls. It's creating a safe place that your husband, your children can always return to. It's bringing God's kingdom onto this earth in daily discipleship and ministering through motherhood. I hope this video has encouraged you. If there's something else that you believe should be added to the list as a Christian homemaker, I would love to hear that below, or I'd love to read about it below. So please drop a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.